This is Jedi's for Jesus. We have all information you need for the solar eclipse here on this video. Before we get into it, I just want to let you know that we are Bible-believing Christians and we believe what is in the Bible and what it says. This eclipse is going to be so beautiful, and the pictures and videos that I have on this video to show you that, it is a once-in-a-lifetime event if you are that blessed to have the total eclipse path go over your house. If you're not in that path of the total eclipse, then it's worth traveling up to 1,000 miles to go see it. More information deeper in this video about how often this happens around the world. I've been looking for a lot of videos on YouTube, and I have taken some of them and put them on this video to have them conveniently all in the one location. After this video, you will be educated on a lot of different things. I'm just going to give you the basic information like what settings you should have on your camera, what protection you should have on your eyes, when and where the next eclipse will be. I do have some bad news for you. If you are watching this today and you want to make reservations to go see the eclipse, good luck. You should have made reservations a year to 6 months ago. If you have any relatives or friends in the path of totality, then you want to go ahead and see if you could stay with them for a few nights. The reason I say for a few nights is because the traffic out there the day before and the day after the eclipse is going to be extremely high. Throughout this video, I'm going to go ahead and share with you the annual eclipse that happened in October. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now why it is incredible what's going to happen on April 8th. Every solar eclipse around the world until 2040. The blue lines represent an annual eclipse when the moon is too far to totally eclipse the sun. Red lines represent a total eclipse when the moon completely covers the sun. So I want to take you to this video and show you how the solar eclipse of 2017 crossed the United States and how rare it is for here a total eclipse in 2024 is going to cross the United States once again. This is extremely rare. I'm going to continue to show you how the eclipse is going to happen until the year 2040. And here is the annual eclipse that I got in the right hand corner. And here is the eclipse that's going to happen in April, which is a total eclipse where we're going to have totality for over 4 minutes. The time between the two eclipses, the one from 2017 to the one that's going to happen in 2024, that was 6 years and 8 months apart. That is rare. So look at the eclipse right now that's going to happen this year and when the next eclipse that is going to go that much through the United States like the one in 2017 did. And then we're going to have this one in 2024 go through, and it really goes a lot through the United States. So if you miss the April 8th, 2024 eclipse, the next one that is going to be as spectacular as the one this year, the next time is August 12th, 2045, which is over 21 years away. So now what I'd like to go ahead and do is show you on my Nikon Z30, that is what I have, and I went ahead and got the lens for it and the filter, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. So this is the lens, right here that I got right here, and then you go ahead and take the lens cap off right there. And what I went ahead and got was a filter for it. And so you just got to make sure that you find out what size the lens is, so you can go ahead and get the filter, and it fits on there really nice and great like that. And the other thing, when you have the totality of the eclipse, then you can take this off and actually shoot the sun without having the filter on. But the moment you see a glimmer of the sun poking out, you got to put this on instantly, otherwise you're gonna burn the lens, your camera lens, and you just don't want to go there. So so that's what I have right there. I also went ahead and I found out that it's like I went and bought the protection lens for my Z30, but then when I went ahead and looked up in the sky at the sun, it's like, boy, that was small. So the lens that I just showed you, it's like it makes the sun a lot bigger, but yeah, those lenses out there that really come close, those are a few $1,000s, and I wasn't going to spend that right now. So the other things that I want to go ahead and show you, there's like the film like this. You could go ahead and get this too, and you can go ahead and put it over, you could cut it, you could put it over your cell phone, so you don't burn the camera in your phone. And all these things I bought months ahead of time before the annual solar eclipse that happened in October. So now we're going to have this total eclipse here coming in April. So I got all the stuff and the packets that I needed, and in here what I got is your standard since I'm wearing glasses, I got the clip-on ones, so they just clip on. Like that. And without my glasses, oh my gosh, I can't see. So then if I put these on, I can't see nothing. But now if you have the sun, you can look directly at the sun and have no problem. So I got some lights in the room and stuff like that. It's kind of funny. The light that I'm looking at right now, it looks like, hey, there's an eclipse happening right now. That's kind of funny. Yeah, that one too. So anyway, I could show you how that looks and everything like that. So these are the ones that go over your glasses, and I went ahead and got 2 of those. And then what else is nice, I got 2 of them, but what else is nice, what they come with, is these guys. You've probably seen these around, and gonna definitely the eclipse that's happening real soon here in April, you'll be able to see it throughout the United States up to 30%, all the way up to 70%, even if you're not in the path of the total eclipse. The other thing I wanted to go ahead and share with you is, what do you set your camera on when you shoot the eclipse? You're going to have to go ahead and practice. You put your lens on and you go outside and you go ahead and look at the sun through your camera lens, and then you find out it's like you'll put your ISO to 100 to 200, and you play around with it. You put your aperture at f8, and you go ahead, and the range is your shutter speed 500 to 4000, and you can go ahead and change it and see what best works for you. Yeah, that's what I did when I was doing the annual eclipse back in October of last year, and I just went through and it's like whatever worked the best for me. And up here there's some pictures that I have of the annual eclipse, and that's how they turned out. I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit more about what the difference is between all the eclipses. This is a total eclipse. This one right here would be an annual eclipse, and this one would be a partial eclipse. This map right here is from NASA, and it shows 2 eclipses. One of them is an annual solar eclipse, which happened in October 14th, 2023. And this particular eclipse is called an annual eclipse, and the reason that is the moon is not big enough to cover up the whole sun. So you have the ring of fire, which is wonderful to see. But what's spectacular is the eclipse that is coming up, the one that's in 2024 on April 8th. There was another eclipse which went across the United States. That was in 2017. And you might think that eclipses happen often, since there was 3 of them in the last 7 years, but they don't happen that often. And the one that is going to happen on April 8th this year, 2024, it will be a spectacular one, because if you're in the middle of where the eclipse is going to happen, there will be 4 minutes of total darkness. I found a great video that explains the eclipses. Coming up next.
Total eclipses occur when the moon passes directly between the Earth and the sun, blocking solar light. Since 1900, only 12 have touched the U.S. mainland, most of them only glancingly. On average, a total solar eclipse will happen where you live only once every 375 years. Why are they so rare? Well, the sun is about 400 times larger than the moon, but the sun is also 400 times farther away, so the 2 bodies appear about the same size to us on Earth. The moon orbits the Earth once each month, so why doesn't its shadow touch the Earth, causing an eclipse with each pass? Partly because the moon's orbit is tilted slightly, which causes its shadow to miss the Earth most of the time. But it's also because the moon's orbit is elliptical. For much of its path, the moon is farther away from Earth and appears too small to block out the sun completely. Those eclipses are called annular. Only when the eclipse occurs at the moon's closest approach is a total eclipse possible. Even then, the narrow band of totality usually tracks over water or away from population centers. That's why this eclipse on April 8th is so special. As it crosses the Texas border at about 1:27 p.m. local time, cities closest to the center of the path, like Waco, Cleveland, and Buffalo, could witness up to 4 minutes or more of darkness. In all, 31 million U.S. residents live in the path of the eclipse. Even if you don't live in the path of totality, most of the U.S. will experience some level of darkness.
So after this eclipse in 2024, you ask, when will be the next one? The next one to hit the United States will not be until 2044. And this is where it's gonna hit in the United States. It will start up in Canada and come down into Montana and hit a little bit of North Dakota and South Dakota. Not anything like the eclipse that is happening in 2024. The following year of 2045, there will be a spectacular solar eclipse once again. If you look at this map, the next solar eclipse will be in 21 years. It'll be on August 12th, 2045. It'll start in the Pacific, going over California, Nevada, and just all the way down to Florida. But with me being the age I am and the age you might be, you might not make it 21 years for the next solar eclipse. So if you can, make it to this one this year. If you're not going to be able to make it to where it's going to be totally dark, then here is a map to show you how much of the percentage of the moon will cover the sun in your area. If you got any value out of this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when we upload a brand new video. Thank you. Thank you for watching all the way to this part. Just to remind you that I will have my video footage of the eclipse on here sometime the end of April or the beginning of May. If it's God's will, I will actually be able to see the next spectacular total solar eclipse in 2045 over the United States, from the West Coast all the way down to the East Coast. But meanwhile, like I always like to say, this is Jedis for Jesus. Hope to see you someday soon in heaven.